Okay, in this video I'm going to be talking about the teeth, which are a major anatomical portion of our digestive system. As you ingest food, that food goes into your mouth, chew, 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 right? You're masticating and you're breaking down, mechanically digesting that food in your mouth before you swallow it. Teeth are critical in normal digestive function. So let's look first at this mandible and let us look at the major teeth in your mouth. The front four, 1, 2, 3, 4, are called incisors. Next to that is the canine. Then there are 1, 2 premolars. And then there are 1, 2, 3 molars. This is the same on either the right side or the left side. In addition, it's the same on the maxilla above. In between each tooth, we have these bony projections that come up from the mandible here and the maxilla from above. Those are called the alveolar processes, and then the holes that the teeth are sitting inside of are called alveoli. So now, let's look at a molar. Okay? So here's the molar. And the general anatomy of a molar is that there is a crown up above and a root down below. There's a crown above the gums. Gums are known as gingiva. Gingivae is plural, gingiva. Root down below, the crown up above. The crown is covered in this white material. All of this deposit, this mineral deposit, is called hydroxyapatite. Like 96% of it is hydroxyapatite, which is the hardest substance in the human body. And this is called enamel. And the enamel covers that crown and tries to protect you against all the nasty stuff that you're eating that's going to try to break your teeth down. And it'll only do so much, because if you ingest too many acids, like acidic foods, like Coke, what's going to end up happening is that over time it's going to break the enamel down. Bacteria then gets into that tooth and ends up creating a cavity on the inside. So let's take that enamel off, and what you'll see is the crown below that enamel. Again, this is all above the gingiva. And down below that is the root. The root is going to be made up of the root canal, which is this structure right here. This root canal brings up blood and nerves so that this bone stays alive, right? So that this tooth stays alive. The tooth is a living beast. Never forget about that. It wants to be alive. It's not dead tissue. If nerves get damaged down here, it's extremely painful. If blood supply gets cut off, this tooth is going to decay and rot out. I'm not going to get too much into dentistry because I know nothing about it. I know a little bit about the anatomy. So the root canal ascends up into the pulp canal. Imagine now what we have is blood, nutrients, the ions and minerals necessary to make and upkeep the bone, oxygen to keep it alive. That's making it up here, and then it's able to start to do the rest of its job, which is now to grow and upkeep the tooth. That's what all these white stripes here are, okay? This is called dentin. And dentin is mostly calcium phosphate with a little bit of hydroxyapatite. And it is what the majority of your tooth is made up of. On the outside of the dentin, on the root of your tooth, is something called cementum, like cement. This is an outer layer that is going to allow for the attachment of ligaments that go from the alveolar process to the tooth, and it helps hold that tooth in place. And if you recall, right, the joint that holds the tooth in place is called a gomphosis joint, and that gomphosis joint was paradontal ligaments. that helps hold that tooth perfectly in place without allowing it to move. Sure, I forgot something, but I don't think I did. So that's the anatomy of the tooth. See you in the next video.